Hello, and I just wanted to jump on here really quickly tonight to share the good news. And the good news is if you are obedient to what God is telling you to do, you best believe that you are surely to be blessed. So, what happened to me on today, and not just today, but this has happened twice during the quarantine. And I want to give a great appreciation and shout out to my mother, Miss Roberta P. Thomas. She was the first blessing during the quarantine. What initially happened was I had a new hot water tank installed, and of course, the people coming to the house. Well, me and my son, we actually cleared the area. We made the space so they only had to come in, do what they had to do. They came in the back, so they didn't have to even come through the house. Long story short, we were on the phone, and I mentioned to her, although I do have bad allergies as well, I mentioned to her, I was like, I believe something went kind of wrong. I smelled a little something that didn't smell right, and ever since the plumbers have left, I've had a headache for the last 2 days. Well, because they are not wanting us to get out without masks and the different things like that. So I really have just been staying in the house, not having to go out unless I absolutely had to. And I wanted some orange juice and some emergency, and I didn't have any. Well, I was just on the phone having this conversation with her, not wanting her to actually go out and get me anything. We were just talking, and I was telling her about the situation. Well, I tell you guys, I think it was the next day, I was sitting in my office working, and she was like, girl, come out here and get this stuff. And I'm like, what? I was like, you outside my house? And she was like, yeah. She's like, I got you some orange juice and some elderberry and some emergency. And I was like, really? I was like, that is so. I was like, what you doing on my side of town? Because actually my mom lives about 30 minutes away. And she's like, well, I had to go out to the store. So while I was out, I end up just go ahead and getting you this stuff since she said you needed it. I was like, well, thank you. I felt so special and so appreciated. And that helped me to remember that parents are going to always be parents. They're going to always want to take care of us. And I just hope that one day I could be as good as my mom is to me, that I can be to my kids, because she just helped me to realize that parents never stop being parents. They're going to take care of their kids. They're going to want to make sure their kids are taken care of. So I appreciate her, and I love her for doing that for me. Well, fast forward to today. Since then, of course, I still hadn't got a mask. I still hadn't got what I need, because I want Lysol as well, because I'm Lysol spraying everything all the time. And I wanted masks because I really probably in a few days I'm going to need to go to the store and go back grocery shopping. Well, I made a request in a group. Now, this person is a friend, is not in the group, nothing at all. I made a request because somebody was saying that they live out in the woods and that they can possibly get these things because their stores are pretty stocked. Well, I was like, hey, on your next run, if you go out and you have these items, can you pick the Lysol and some masks up? So they was like, yeah, I'll see. Well, sitting in my office again today, a friend came and dropped off masks and Lysol. Woo! Guys, I was so excited. But what I come to say besides that is, although I got the mask and the Lysol, it came with me being obedient. And what I mean by that is, earlier this week, God had placed on my heart to bless somebody financially. I don't know the person's situation. I'm not going to even say they needed it. I just know it was placed on my heart to sow a seed and to bless somebody. And that's what I did. And the reason I say that and I tell you guys that is because if I wasn't obedient, I don't believe that I would have received the gifts that I received, because out of my obedience, money can't buy Lysol these days. Money can't buy masks, if you understand what I'm saying, because it's sold out. I went literally to 3 different stores on Saturday trying to get Lysol. I was between Helena, Pelham, and Vestavia, and nobody had these products, guys. But to have someone come and drop this off to my doorstep today, to have my mom come last week to bring me emergency and orange juice, just means that God is going to take care of me. God is going to take care of you. Regardless of what you may be going through, you have to understand God is going to provide those things that money can't. Because while we have money, and I don't say this to brag because you all know my videos, I make sure I save. I make sure I do what I need to do in order to take care of my family, because God has blessed me with the wisdom in order to be a good steward over my money. So whatever he tells me to do, that's what I'm going to do. And again, money, regardless of how much money I have, I couldn't find Lysol. Regardless of how much money I have, I can't get masks. But for God to be able to send somebody to my door both times without me having to leave the house with what I need, it was a blessing to me. And I hope I'm actually being a blessing to you, to let you know that what you're doing is not in vain. If you're being obedient and it seems like things just may not be working out, because honestly, I didn't know. I had no idea my mom was coming. I had no idea my friend was bringing masks and Lysol. Who can find masks and Lysol these days, guys? I'm telling you. So what money can't buy, God will supply. Now, he wants us to be good stewards, because I do tithe. I do the things that he tells me to do with my money. I make sure I have a savings, guys. I tell you guys about the emergency fund. All of those things are so important. And along with being a good steward, along with working in wisdom, please be obedient, because God will supply, like they said, all of your needs. And he knew I needed masks and Lysol. And he supplied those things to me without me even having to leave the comfort of my home. And I do believe with all my heart, with all my might, and because I love him so much, that had I not been obedient and sown seeds, because I don't know what people need, but because I did that, because he told me, he sent those people to give me something money couldn't buy. So please, if somebody out there is feeling weak, if somebody out there is willing to compromise, or if somebody out there is just saying, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if it's God, be obedient, because he's gonna take one to get on here and just do it publicly. I love him, and I know he loves me. I know whose I am. I know my worth. I know my value. And because of who he is, and I do what I do, I've been taken care of. And I can't wait. But I just wanted to kind of jump on here and give all praise, honor, and thanks to our God and Jesus. And I also wanted to tell my mom thanks, and my friend who dropped off the stuff. So thank you, guys. Be obedient. Love you, and God will always take care of you. See you next time.